On February 15th, 2023, at approximately 6:42 a.m., a serious hit-and-run motor vehicle collision involving two juvenile pedestrians occurred in the area of Kapiolani Boulevard and Kamakee Street in Honolulu. It was reported to the Honolulu Police Department's Traffic Division Vehicular Homicide Section that two juvenile pedestrians were crossing Kapiolani Boulevard in a marked crosswalk when they were struck by a silver pickup truck that had the right of, and that the pedestrians, had the right of way. After the collision, the pickup truck fled the scene without rendering aid. The unknown motorist has yet to be identified. The motorist then fled the scene of the collision and was last seen traveling westbound on Kapiolani Boulevard. The pickup truck was later located and taken into HPD custody as evidence. As a result of the collision, the juveniles were taken to an area hospital. One was taken in critical condition and sadly later died. The other juvenile is listed in good condition. If anyone has any information on this collision, we urge them to please get in touch with our traffic division, and the number is 808-723-3413. This investigation is still ongoing, and I'm ready to take any questions. The truck was traveling on Kapiolani Boulevard, headed westbound. Yes.
Did he run a red light or anything like that?
At this time, the investigation is still early, so we still need to talk to witnesses and to determine that.
Can you give us more details about the teens? Did you say 17? Is that correct?
I didn't give the ages. I just said it was a juvenile. There were juveniles.
Could we get their ages?
At this time, the investigation is still ongoing. Yeah. But they're juveniles.
There are three crosswalks. Which one was it crossing in that area?
The crosswalk that leads from Kamakee Street towards McKinley High School.
So were they McKinley High School students?
I'm not sure at this time. Investigation is still ongoing. The Evo.
How many pedestrian fatalities have there been so far?
So far, there have been 3 pedestrian fatalities as compared to 2 last year at the same time.
And what about pedestrian accidents overall? How many pedestrian accidents overall, like non-fatalities, just accidents?
Right now, it's still early in the year. It's 3 is our count right now.
When you hear about this happening, we're just starting 2023. I mean, is it a concern that drivers, things are going back to normal, pandemic restrictions lifted? Do you think it's possible people are getting more reckless, careless?
Driving behavior is hard to predict because it depends on the individual who's driving, right? So what we like to do is to urge drivers to always be expecting pedestrians to be around. When you're approaching a marked crosswalk or in a residential area or someplace busy where there might be pedestrians, we urge the motorists to always think ahead and be expecting pedestrians to be, crossing out of crosswalks. So if in case it happens, it doesn't take them by surprise. They're actually expecting it. So, and on the flip side, we also urge pedestrians to look out for their safety also, to cross the streets in marked crosswalks and make sure that they have the right of way. So it's a, no pun intended, but it's a two-way street. Both parties need to be vigilant.
In your experience, what are some of the biggest factors that contribute to pedestrian accidents? Distracted driving, not for this particular case, but just from your experience.
Again, sometimes you just look at a collision and it's unexplainable. It's like the stars align that this person was hit by a car, right? Out of nowhere. But again, what I said earlier, if the driver was, paying attention, or if the pedestrian was paying attention, you would think either party would have seen the other person coming, but it's something that both parties need to be aware of, and take their own safety or other people's safety into their own hands.
So it's hard to make sense of sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it is, especially like today. I mean, tragically, we lost a young life in a pedestrian, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense. It's. However, that's why we continuously urge the public to be careful and be on the lookout for pedestrians. And if you're a pedestrian, be on the lookout for motorists that are approaching, and cross in a marked crosswalk. Cross when you have the cross signal, and just basically be aware of your surroundings.
And again, too early to say if this was speeding or alcohol or drug related.
Right. Initially, it appears that speed was a factor.
Do you have anything more you'd like to say to the family? Just because you mentioned how tragic it is, especially because of children, or just the community in general. When we lose somebody like this that could have been prevented, is there anything you'd like to say?
Of course, our HPD, puts out our sincerest condolences to the family, and also other families who have lost loved ones due to tragedies like this. And again, that's why we are constantly urging the public to be vigilant on our roadways, and to take their safety seriously and watch out for one another.
And also, just one last thing as far as the incident. How far away was the truck found? If you could tell us where it was found, and as far as...
It was found nearby in the area, like a couple blocks away.
So does it appear the driver may have ditched it?
Right now, we're still interviewing witnesses. It's still early in the investigation, so we're still, sorting through all of that.
And then possibly later you might have some sort of description of this individual, so people can call and if they see someone like that.
Yes, if we have any updated information, we'll provide it through our media liaison's office.
Thank you, sir.
I have one last question.
Yes.
The DOT has been talking a lot about raised pedestrian sidewalks and how they have helped reduce pedestrian accidents. In your experience, have those made a difference? Do you see those on Kapiolani Street? A lot of them.
I cannot say for certain if it's made a difference. However, we've had pedestrian fatalities where the pedestrian has the right of way and is in a marked crosswalk and is still killed. So having like a raised sidewalk, could it help? It possibly could. But again, it goes back to both parties, the motorists and the pedestrians, need to take their own safety and the other person's safety into consideration when you're either driving or walking or crossing the street.
Because you have the right of way, doesn't it?
Yes.
And of course, you probably want to tell people to slow down. It's possible
Yes, of course, obey the speed limits for any given area that you're driving in, and also, pay attention to the road. There's laws where you cannot be talking on your cell phones and things of that nature. But again, use your common sense. Yeah, just goes a long way. I mean, these are vulnerable people that are crossing the roadways, right? Obviously, in a collision, the pedestrian is going to be hurt. Yeah, so always be vigilant that there are pedestrians around or could be pedestrians.